I'm actually excited for this, man.
Me too, yeah.
What is good? Welcome back to the Flawdcast. I'm your boy Flawdzilla, and I am here with my lovely, lovely, lovely co-host, Mozilla.
What up, yo?
This is the last known place on the internet, and we are glad that you could be here with us today, and you will be too by the end of this video. I guarantee it, or your money back. So, like I said, I am very excited about this. I've been thinking about it since it happened. It happened last night.
Me too, I can't wait.
And obviously we wanted to do it on video with you guys. We wanted to watch this on video with you guys. This ain't OnlyFans, don't get no ideas. But yeah, so Rittenhouse, Kyle Rittenhouse, his first interview since his whole trial with Tucker Carlson.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know, I'm already a Tucker fan, so this is perfect for me. This is perfect for us. This is our type of shit.
We are a Tucker household.
Yes, we are. So let's just get into this. I don't want to keep on.
I'm ready.
I'm anticipating this so much, but make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can notify whenever we drop. So you can be notified whenever we drop.
Flawd's booty.
And we do drop a lot. So let's get into it. And hard, you said? What is wrong with you?
We be dropping hard. Hard body.
I guess you could say
booty.
that. I guess you could say that, but no. Okay, anyway, let's get into this, man. Kyle Rittenhouse speaks to Tucker Carlson in first interview. We already said that. Let's go. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. In retrospect, it's remarkable just how dishonest, how thoroughly and intentionally dishonest the media coverage of the Kyle Rittenhouse story turned out to be. All of it was a lie. Rittenhouse was not a white supremacist. He was never in a militia. He never crossed state lines with a firearm. The protest in Kenosha was not peaceful. It was a riot, chaotic and violent. Many of the rioters, by the way, carried guns. Rittenhouse was hardly alone. Rittenhouse didn't go to Kenosha looking for trouble. His father lived there. Rittenhouse himself.
All of these facts that are already illegal from jump just get left out of the whole situation. I still see people posting all of these. He crossed over state lines with every single fucking day. I still see these memes.
Yes, the fucking View. Yeah. They're all going off saying, talking, everything he just said, they kept
crazy.
Over
they don't
and over
even
again.
care.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
We don't pay attention to these thousands of people that were there with weapons burning down a city. That part doesn't matter to anyone.
The fuck?
These niggas was
Legit.
already causing mad damage and craziness. It was a riot. It wasn't a protest. But we just leave that part alone.
Seriously.
This dude was actually helping people, putting fires out, taking graffiti down. But we just act like that part doesn't matter either. He just went there and caused problems and caused fights and started all the problems, and it doesn't even make any sense.
Like, how many times do you need to hear, like, get it through your fucking thick skulls?
Doesn't make any sense, bro.
He didn't do anything fucking wrong. I don't understand how fucking numbskulls.
That's because the people who really are getting up in arms about it like that and claim that they watched the trial and shit, I feel like they have a political investment into it, because it does not make sense for you to see what happened and still think that this kid is in the wrong.
Yeah.
I really think it's all about politics for those people.
Yep.
And they're trying to use they're using race as a fucking vehicle to, you know what I'm saying, get their agenda.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't even make sense when you look at the actual case. If you're an American.
And if you feel like that, then you either that or you're fucking
you're
mentally
an agent.
Fucking
or
stupid.
Or you're stupid and gullible and letting the media dictate your thoughts.
Shouldn't be able to say fucking
what?
I don't know.
Say it. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be able to say it because you can't even talk right now.
It pisses me off.
It's bullshit.
It gets me
bullshit.
so mad.
It is bullshit.
I didn't want to say they shouldn't be able to say anything if their opinion doesn't matter.
Well, that's what you said.
But then it's like,
but it's all right.
They
I
should
understand
still
what
be
you're
able to say their opinion.
No, but see, you. This is the difference. You're saying that they shouldn't be able to speak because they are stupid and ignorant. You're not really trying to take away their right to speak. There's a difference there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just saying that. You're just saying it
like
because
we could go without
these niggas talk stupid.
Yeah, we could go without theirs.
Exactly. But you don't really wish that they can't speak like they actually wish on everybody else. But anyway, let's get into this interview. We haven't even started yet, and obviously you guys know we're passionate about this.
We're here.
Let's get into this, man.
Worked as a lifeguard in Kenosha. On August 25th of last summer, Rittenhouse went downtown to stand guard over a car lot. Here's the context. The night before, police in Kenosha had done nothing as the mob burned businesses, including another car lot, all the way to the ground. So the business owner needed Kyle Rittenhouse's help. He was looking to a 17-year-old for help, if that gives you some perspective on how bad
Tucker looks like he smokes.
And he asked
Yo, you read my mind.
There,
he looks like
as soon as the shit started, I was like, he's high right now.
In the end, Rittenhouse shot 3 attackers as he tried to run to the safety of the police. A number of media outlets claimed the men Rittenhouse shot were black. In fact, all 3 were white, and all 3 had serious criminal
They definitely reported him as black, because I thought it was originally.
Again, the media coverage was, from beginning to end, a tapestry of lies. If you watched the trial last week, you know that.
That's not a problem.
But what about Kyle Rittenhouse
people get mad
himself?
at us. My bad, I'm pausing again, but people get mad at us for having an opinion. This channel is literally us just giving our opinion. We're not news. We're not news. We joke around and say, haha, flawed news, but this isn't fucking news, nigga. It's a joke, because without the credentials, we actually speak more logically than the actual media.
Straight up.
It's just funny that we could call ourselves news, but we're not. But we might as well just call ourselves news since they do. But everyone else wants to call us news, so then they can blame us for having opinions the way that they should be blaming the mainstream media for just blatantly lying to people and getting every story wrong. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
For real. Remember the magazine, The Inquiry?
Yeah, Inquirer, yeah.
I don't remember, but my mom keeps talking about it.
It's a tabloid, and they used to just post lies all day long.
She's like, that's what she keeps saying. That's
what the mainstream media is. Oh my God, she's right. They would be like, the Pope got the aliens pregnant, and JFK was spotted having dinner with Elvis. Like, they would talk crazy, bro. And they'd be right in the. You go to the grocery store. And when you're going to leave, it'd be right next to like Star magazine, and and it was just blatant lies.
Wow.
And it was okay. Wow. That's literally what mainstream media is now. That's crazy. You said that. She's right.
She keeps saying that shit.
It's true.
Apart from his testimony in court, few Americans have ever heard his voice. Over the next hour, we're going to let Kyle Rittenhouse speak for himself. You can make up your own mind what you think.
Yes.
But before we start, one observation, which you can't resist making. It's hard to ignore the yawning class divide between Kyle Rittenhouse and his many critics in the media. Rittenhouse comes from the least privileged sector of our society. During high school, he worked as a janitor and a fry cook to help support his family. Last year, he got into college at Arizona State, and he's very proud of it.
But they act like he's
Kyle Rittenhouse
some rich
grew up
suburban
in. It is not
kid.
a given that kids go to college. It's not even close.
Probably can't even go now.
During the course of our long conversation, Kyle Rittenhouse struck us as bright, decent, sincere, dutiful, and hardworking.
From the little bit I've seen of him, he's always struck me as super articulate. Yeah. Like, basically, he seems like a pretty honest kid to me. You know what I'm saying? Seems like a pretty good kid, nice kid, like well-mannered. To me, I see him as a respectful young man.
Me too. I think he is what a lot of kids should be like.
I think so too.
In my opinion.
I think so too.
Exactly the kind of person you'd want many more of in your country.
Exactly what you
He's
said.
not especially political. He never wanted to be the symbol of anything. Kyle Rittenhouse just
proud.
wanted to keep violent lunatics from setting fire to cars. In the America he grew up in, that was considered virtuous. So if Rittenhouse seems a little bewildered at points during our interview, thinking back over the last year and what happened to him, that's probably why. A lot of the things he assumed were true about this country turned out not to be true at all.
Yep.
So in that way, he speaks for many of us. Here's Kyle Rittenhouse.
Let's get into this.
Let's go, baby boy.
So tell me, Kyle.
I'm your baby boy.
How you wound up in Kenosha that day?
Well, it actually started on August 24th. I was working my job as a lifeguard at the Recplex in Kenosha County.
The thing is, he even talks like
Curtis.
Curtis.
The riots were still going on, and a curfew was implied. So I went to Dominic Black's house, and I stayed the night over there, and saw the videos of the riots and the arson going on.
What'd you think of it?
It was upsetting because Kenosha is my community, and I just was upset seeing my community up in flames.
Yeah.
And people try to say it's not his community.
For real.
So you're at your friend's house that night. You've come back from working as a lifeguard.
Yes.
And then you decide to go in. First, you're cleaning up graffiti, correct?
Yes. So we stay the night, I stay the night, August 24th. We wake up in the morning.
I thought you said, so we stayed the night, dog. Stayed the night, dog. I thought he was saying dog real quick. That's so funny. We stayed the night, dog. I stayed the night, dog.
Real comfortable now.
I swear.
You
That's what
decided to go
you
in.
said.
First, you're cleaning up graffiti, correct?
Yes. So we stay the night, I stay the night, August 24th. We wake up in the morning and we're talking like, let's go help our community. Let's go see what we can do. And we ended up at Luther Central High School where.
He is a better kid. I have never, not once, been like, let's go.
Yes, you have.
To the community?
If there's something happening, I've seen you many times. Like, your community is people in your community as well. So if things are happening out in the community, if anything's happening, I've seen you help many people when people need help.
Oh,
you're one of the first
like
people.
I'll help people.
That's what I'm saying. When you are out in your community and people need help, you're one of the first people. It just happened to be that this was a motherfucking, like, okay, so when this happened in Manchester, remember when they were saying that they were about to go down South Willow Street and start destroying everything? People, everyone who wanted to protect the companies went down there, got guns, and just stood out there. Literally stood out there, and I fully understood it.
Absolutely.
I'm like, nigga, because people were just threatening to do this shit for no reason.
So try.
Yeah, I wish you would try to destroy my fucking company. So, and it wasn't just the people who own the company; it was friends of the people who own the company. Yeah. It was like people were just not allowing it to happen.
From Market Basket.
Yes, and what happened was no one did anything.
No
one did anything. Everyone was boarding up their windows and everything, but no, this was enough to keep people away. But they went there during a riot, thinking that they were gonna help, and they were helping. That's the thing; they actually were helping people.
Well, no, my point was when him and his friend at 17 years old woke up on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning and they were like, let's go clean up graffiti.
I understand what you're saying. Okay,
I was like, too hungover on a Saturday morning or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't understand what I thought you were saying.
He shouldn't have been, whatever.
No. I thought you were saying that it's not normal for kids to just be like, let's go clean up the community.
I'm saying that's how good of a kid he is.
I thought you said you just never help people. It confused me.
No, I definitely
You mean,
help
people. I'm not going to clean up graffiti. I'm not doing that.
On his own free time on a weekend morning, he's like, let's go clean up community.
He's definitely a better kid than I was. But also, you could just tell he articulates himself better than I did. He articulates himself better now than I do now. But when I was his age, I was not even. I was really selfish, really wild. Like,
yeah, we was bugging out then.
Yeah, he seems like a really reserved kid, like who has a good head on his shoulders. He does.
Mm-hmm.
We were cleaning graffiti for a couple hours, and then we met with the owners of car stores, and we offered to protect their business from fires, making sure the rest of their other two properties didn't get burned down like they did the night prior, and they agreed. We came back. We went back to Dominic's house and hung out there for a little bit, and then we went to car stores to help protect the property and make sure it didn't set on fire.
Because this shit is still, just because he's out of jail doesn't mean anything. He's still in front of cameras. He's still the most known, and I'm not gonna lie, the most hated person in America right now. He's still all of these. Well, maybe between him, Joe Biden, I don't know. But he's still one of the most. Yeah, exactly. And most loved right now. He's got a lot of love coming in, but the hate is definitely overpowering. Because that always does. I hope it's not in his head, but it is, because you always think about when people don't like you. You know what I'm saying? When people do like you, it's fine. But when people don't like you, you focus on that.
That's true.
So, and he's still a young kid, and everyone wants to talk to him. Everyone wants a piece of what's going on.
I'm so glad he went to Tucker first.
Me too, honestly. I wish he would have came to Flawdcast, but
right?
In the future, man.
We would have made him feel so comfortable.
We would have.
Get there.
What
do you see?
Joint.
When I get there, I see in the beginning, the morning of Luther Central, I see just spray paint everywhere. I see smoke coming from the car stores that was burnt down, and it was quite upsetting, because that was somebody's business that got destroyed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you said to the people who own the car lot,
he's such a good
I
kid,
want to
man.
protect your cars, and they said, yes, please.
I said, hey, I asked if they needed any help, and they said, yes, if you can.
Where were the police?
I'm not sure really, because they have a hard job.
For sure.
But I didn't really think they got the support they needed. The National Guard should have been called August 23rd.
I think so too. You're burning down a city.
Kenosha failed.
Something should have happened.
The community. The governor, Tony Evers, failed the community, and
obviously
spent a lot more resources to help with that.
Facts.
That's for
Speak
sure.
it.
How do you burn down a city? How does a city burn down and no one does anything? They just let the inmates run the jail. Like, what? That doesn't even make any sense.
It's nuts.
I've never seen nothing like that. And okay, protest, okay. Riots, nigga, okay, then you got to do something. You have to prevent that. That's
Trump.
like domestic disturbance. I mean, not domestic disturbance. What's the word? Like endangering. I can't think of the word. Endangering the public though. Public endangerment. You can't do that.
No.
The fuck?
But I think it was all
Just
part
because
of,
there's a bunch of people, it's okay. What?
part of everything. Trump
there was,
wanted to get out, them wanting Trump out. Fucking
Yeah, they were trying. Yeah, it's funded. I think this whole shit is funded to
and
me.
he just happened to get fucking caught in that fire and his bullshit. But thank God he got out.
Yep, honestly.
You've been criticized for carrying a firearm into the scene.
Even though everyone
Not
had
It's
guns.
obvious from the tape that a lot of people, you were not the only one with a firearm. There were rioters with firearms. Was that obvious to you?
Yes.
So
He
you
speaks
saw
with
other
his
people
face.
with guns.
I did. There was a lot of people on both. Like there were rioters with
Yeah.
firearms.
Of course there was.
I
It's
remember
fucking
one very
America,
distinctly,
bitch.
Joshua Zeminski was walking around with a pistol in his hand all that night with Joseph Rosenbaum.
Tough guy.
Where did you first see Rosenbaum?
The first time I saw Rosenbaum was the first time he threatened to kill me. It was at the
Motherfucker.
corner of the car source lot that I was
Look it.
at primarily that night, and I was asking people if
Black
they
dude's
needed.
holding them back. It's just like
It's
it just says
crazy.
so much. Like
This is so
the picture you
crazy.
have of him going like this is a black dude being like, "Calm down, bro."
chill.
Like, what are you doing? You're ODing. You're doing way
Motherfucker.
too much when you're like, God damn. That like what pushes? I don't get it.
And then
I
to
don't
just
get
go
it.
around threatening to kill people.
You're at a Black Lives Matter riot protest, and
using it.
black people have to tell you to calm down.
Using it to your advantage.
The
You don't give
hell?
a fuck about black people.
You want to rage.
Yeah.
You want to be in a
go.
mosh pit or something. Like, God, that ain't got nothing to do with what the fuck is happening.
You probably didn't even know what the riot was for.
Honestly, they're like, BLM. Yeah, I like black people.
No, I don't.
Let
But
me
I
show
want to
everyone.
riot, so
Let me show
let's
everyone.
go. Yeah, probably. He clearly didn't. He was calling everybody the N-word.
I want to show everyone I like black people. He's like, we're gonna repurpose the N-word today. We're just gonna call everyone else the N-word today, and not in the end. We're gonna watch. This is
Yeah.
gonna be so progressive. This riot. Idiots, man.
Bullshit.
medical, and he came up to me that night, and I was asking people if they needed medical, and he came up to me and Ryan Balch, and he said, "If I catch any of you MFers alone, I'm going to effing kill you."
Had you
Like,
ever seen him
God
before?
damn, psycho.
So you'd never seen this guy. He walks up and threatens to kill you out of nowhere.
Yes, it was quite shocking. I was like, "Why would
I know people
somebody
like that, though.
threaten to kill me?" I'm just
That's the
asking.
thing. That's like Elm Street in Manchester. Like when you
Yep.
see just idiots, just
Yep.
when there's a lot of people, bro. When there's a group of people, there's always ignorant people doing shit like that in that group,
Yep.
and the rest of the group's like, "Yo, calm down, man." Like da da da, and the person's just like doing way too much, and that always happens whenever something is like whenever there's a lot of people in places, and it's just. That shit is so annoying. And I can't even imagine when they think that like the inmates running the jail when they're just like, oh, the cops ain't doing nothing. We're just like fucking getting to do whatever we want, burn shit down, break shit. Yeah. Like when you're in that mind state, oh my
Wild.
God, I can't even imagine that.
Watch out.
It's going to be 10 times. Like what he's saying, I get like there was probably way more that dude was doing. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he did to
Yep.
them.
Hell yeah. Who knows?
If people need help on both sides, I was there just to help anybody that needed, and
And that's what they're trying to
shockingly,
act like he
the
wasn't.
only people I helped that night were rioters.
Wow.
What kind of sense did you get from Rosenbaum? I mean, that sounds deranged.
When he threatened to kill me, I was like, what the heck just happened? I've never nobody's ever threatened to kill me.
Yeah.
Up
And
until
then
that
serious
point.
like that?
And I was like, that's not something you say to somebody.
Of course not.
How long after that was it that he tried to grab your rifle?
It was about an hour and a half later, and then there was actually a second time he said to the group, he said, this is the second time he threatened to kill everybody. He said,
He's trying to kill everybody.
I'm gonna effing kill you.
Dude's
I'm gonna
fucking
cut your
bugging.
hearts out, you effing N-words.
Cut your hearts out?
Yes.
Psychopathic,
Tucker's
bro.
like, what
Did
the
any of the rioters try to calm him down or
Psychopathic.
stop him?
What I noticed is the rioters were trying to, like, they were, like, disassociating with him because he was, like, spewing
Doing too
the
much.
N-word around, and they just didn't
They knew
seem
he
to
was doing
want
too much.
to
He was taking
have
advantage.
anything to deal with him.
Exactly what we just said is what he was probably doing.
So he comes, he tries to
I
grab your
literally
rifle.
have seen shit like this before.
Get shot. You decide at that point, unless I'm misremembering, you want to go turn yourself into the police.
Yes. After I shoot Mr. Rosenbaum.
See, that's how. Hold on. That's how you know he wasn't really trying to do anything. Like when you really think about it, if you really think about why someone would shoot someone, and then everyone knows that, and then they're trying to get to the police. He doesn't want to shoot anyone else.
Exactly.
That's clearly what that is.
Help him.
Okay, I had to shoot this dude because this dude's doing too much, and now everyone else is gonna attack me.
I need help.
Police, help me. What can I? Please help me. You know, and then what happens. You're not gonna do that if you're just out there trying to fucking kill people. Like
Seriously.
they're trying to paint this kid as. It
Exactly.
doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't.
When you actually think about his story and then think about the story that the prosecution and the media
Made up.
when you think about which story makes more sense, it's his story.
Absolutely.
If you really take all the bias out of it, all what media said, listen to the stories. His story makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Like actual sense. I have seen things like what he's saying many times, and I'm always like, I'm gonna punch this fucking person in the face,
or you end up punching.
or I end up punching them. Like you've seen it at the colleges and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's all when situations like this happen at fucking what's the college we go to? UNH. It's like kids just walking around the streets doing this type of shit, like acting like it's a fucking riot
Stupid.
out there. And like I've always been like, yo, why are people so ignorant? Why can't people just chill the fuck out? Why are people ODing for no reason?
For
You know what I'm
real.
saying? So
It's insane.
I know exactly what this kid's talking about. Crazy, man.
He tried to grab
I'm not. Hold on, let me say. I don't know exactly what this kid's talking about. That shit is like times a million of what I'm talking about. Times 10,000.
Yeah, that's even more. So obviously he
that's
has
what I'm
even
saying.
more of
His
a reason
situation is
to-
even way crazier. But
Yeah.
I'm saying like the instances that he's speaking
Yes.
of, I have seen things
way
like
people
that.
act.
Yeah. So it really like it's ringing a bell. Everything he's saying is ringing a bell to a memory of mine.
How quickly shit can escalate.
Yes.
too.
Yes.
I was running away. There was a gunshot behind me. After I shoot him, I run around the car because I was going to go render first aid to him. I wasn't able to because then there was a mob forming and calling for my execution to get him and kill him.
Oh,
And
this
that's when
video
I
right
tried
here
to
is
run
enough.
to the police
Just
line and
fucking
get to the
cranium
police.
in, or whatever the fuck.
And
This
then
video
I
right here is enough.
attacked
Look.
again
What was he supposed to do?
For real.
by jump
From all angles. It's just one. It's like, bro, it's one after another, one after another. He hasn't. What the fuck was he supposed to do?
He's lucky he's alive.
God damn. Like, listening to him tell this story and watching the video at the same time, like, this is like surreal to me, bro. This is. Bro, he handled the situation how he should handle the situation.
did.
That's all. Like, that. This is.
He
This
killed
is
it.
crazy, bro. This is crazy.
kick man, yes.
Whose identity we didn't know.
Yeah,
It
because they
turns out the
lied.
prosecution
They
knew it
withheld
and
his
hid it.
an identity for the entire thing.
So we found out November 7th, the prosecution.
Crazy.
We went into the judge's chambers and the prosecution said, we identified Jump Kick Man, and the prosecution threw a fit a little bit. They didn't want us to interview him. They were like, well, he's a victim, and didn't want
What?
my investigators or my attorneys to
That doesn't make any
interview
sense.
him or ask him questions.
He's a
They just wanted
victim
to
when he's jump kicking someone?
Yep.
The fuck are you
do it
talking about?
private, non-recorded, and the judge said, no, it's going to be recorded. And then a couple hours later, they say, oh, he asked for immunity and we're not going to give it to him, so we're not going to be calling him as a witness.
Oh, they're dirty.
Probably didn't want to talk about his criminal record.
They're
So
dirty.
so you're running,
They are
trying to get to the
dirty.
police lines.
That's how you know
Wow.
they
See the
knew
mob
they were
coming
buried.
after you.
Wow.
Let's execute him, they're saying. And then out of nowhere, you get dropped to the ground by the guy who kicks you in the head. Did you see him coming?
I did. To backtrack a little bit, actually, as I'm running, Gage Grosskreutz came up to me with his phone and
There's a little
put it
single
in
tear.
my face, and he said, what are you doing? Did you just
10 million gone. That's what he's saying right there. 10 million just gone. I just lost 10 million. That's clearly what his face
Yo,
is saying.
motherfucker.
His single tear.
came up to me with his phone and put it in my face, and he said, what are you doing? Did you just shoot that man? And I told him I'm going to the police, and he
They
said,
tried to say he said
okay,
something
and ran
else.
off, and I kept running.
That's
to get
the
to
video that they
police.
use? That's that video they use. Like it sounded like he said not. I heard him say not in there. Not. He's not going to the police, or he said he didn't shoot somebody. That's literally what the prosecutor said. Prosecutor's like he clearly says that he didn't shoot somebody, and then when the prosecutor brings it up, when they actually play it, he's like, he said it's mostly you can't hear what he says, but I think I heard not after he just said it's clear that he said he didn't shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Like so now you just heard the word not, and you're assuming he's saying he did not shoot somebody. Like that prosecution was fucking disgusting.
It was a joke.
Disgusting joke.
And that's when Anthony Huber strikes me with the skateboard as I'm running before I'm on the ground for the first
Trying
time.
to grab his gun at the same time.
Oh my God!
By somebody
He literally was trying to pull the gun off of him.
Yep.
before I'm on the
Look
ground. For
The gun is in his hand.
Strikes me with the skateboard as I'm running before I'm on the ground.
He's trying
for
to
the
pull
first
his
time.
gun.
Right?
And then I'm hit with a rock by somebody in a white tank top.
Oh my God.
And that's how I end up on the ground. And I have 4 people around me from what I remember. And I move my firearm in their direction and they back off with their hands up so I don't shoot them. And then Jump Kick Man keeps coming. And that's when I fire 2 shots at Jump Kick Man.
Yo,
Wow.
how can you even?
You miss him, and
They shouldn't even
kicks
went
you.
to trial.
Yes.
They shouldn't even went
Then
to
what
trial.
happens?
Wait, what did he say?
And
He
kicks you.
fired 2
Hold
shots.
on, hold on. I can just hear. You don't need to repeat it.
Then what happens?
That's it, Jump Kick Man.
More.
Wow. And you miss him, and he kicks you.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Then what happens?
After Jump Kick Man is running off, Anthony Huber comes up and he grabs the barrel of my gun and then he hits me with his skateboard.
This dude thinks he's
pulling
unstoppable.
His trucks, and that's when I shoot him 1 time.
What the fuck do you
What did he
expect,
hit
bro?
you with the skateboard?
He hit me in the back of the head.
Lucky he's
in the
alive.
Yep.
The back of the head
Could have killed you.
towards the neckline.
Absolutely could have killed you.
Did you think you were going to be killed at that point?
I did.
Absolutely could have killed
What
you.
happens?
And then after Mr. Huber attacks me, Mr. Grosskreutz puts his hands up, and then I have my rifle pointed in his direction for about a second. And then once I lower my rifle, I noticed that my ejection port is opened about an inch, and Mr. Grosskreutz said I pulled the charging handle, which never happened. I hit the forward assist to close the ejection port.
It's G.
And
Like,
he
he's
sees me
such a
doing
G,
that or
bro.
something. And this time,
Like,
he runs.
he literally has step by step
What he-
exactly
yep.
what he did because he really did it.
Because he knows.
And you could, when he said, Mr. Grosskreutz says that I did this, which I never actually,
Yeah.
like you could literally feel
It's
the
because-
authenticity in his words.
Exactly. And he thought he was just he didn't know what he was doing with his gun.
Yeah. Yep. Literally. So he just said he was, trying to kill me. But really, he's just making sure he can fucking fire. But this dude really, really, like, you can feel, like, not feel, but I just know he's not lying. I can, like, I don't care what
course.
anyone says. I can literally tell that he's not lying.
Yep.
You know?
Because
I think I'm pretty good with lies and
Yeah.
truth. But if I'm not, I'm not. But to me, it sounds like he's telling the truth.
And because it's like it doesn't sound rehearsed. It doesn't sound the exact same every single time he tells it, and it's just like it
he literally
seems
has to recall it
genuine.
like he's recalling it from
Yeah.
actually experiencing it, and you can
Yeah.
tell that. Mm-hmm.
At me, and he has his gun pointed directly at my head.
Did you see?
Close the ejection port, and he sees me doing that or something. And this time, he runs at me, and he has his gun pointed directly at my head.
Did you see the gun?
Bro, he thought he had a second to kill him. Is what it was. He thought he had a second to run up on him and kill him. He seen him doing something with the gun, and he's like, "That's my chance to murk this nigga. I'm about to be a hero."
Yeah.
Motherfucker knew what he was doing. They were just trying to take out somebody that they were on, like that they started some shit with. That's crazy. And they trying to blame it on, trying to claim that that's what he's doing.
And if
that's crazy.
If he ended up shooting him and killing him, he thinks he has all those people on his side that just saw Rittenhouse killed this dude, the ones that was chasing him. So he thought he was good.
Yep.
That's so fucked up. Yeah. And this kid's so good with the gun.
Even though he didn't die, they still tried. He still did that same thing and tried to make everybody lie.
Yeah.
And try to act like he was the bad guy when you all know you were all there breaking laws, doing craziness, and then tried to kill a kid.
That's why God didn't
tried
let
to
that
jump
shit.
a kid. I don't know if y'all would have got the kill off because he handled his business.
God didn't let that shit slide.
For real.
And that's the thing. He's lucky he only shot. Y'all are lucky he only shot the people that he shot because if
he had
all y'all
composure.
are running up on him, he could have been like, he's really scared for his fucking life.
Could have just shot wild, but he didn't. But that's the thing. He was actually just trying to be composed so he didn't
kill more people.
So it didn't look like it was excessive.
Yes.
I think. Like this kid's being smart while he's even about
to die.
Yes, under attack. Like he didn't. I commend every movie he made. It shouldn't have even went to trial.
Never.
It shouldn't have even went to trial. This kid is composed. Police could learn from his video.
Straight up.
Police can watch that video and learn from how he handled that. Crazy, man. I mean, that might be disrespectful to the police. I'm sorry if I disrespect the police, but I just think he handled that situation well. I don't know what police training is, but I know police be bugging and wilding out these days too. So
I mean,
I don't know. Not every job,
he got training, so this kid knows what he's doing clearly.
Yeah, it's just like it's crazy how they try to flip this entire situation on him.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
I did that report, and he sees me doing that or something.
I keep
and
going
this
back to the same
time
spot.
he runs at me and he has his gun pointed directly at my head.
Did you see the gun?
I did.
That's scary.
Do you think he was going to shoot you?
I did.
It's in his face.
He had it pointed directly at my head.
Ooh, that was
when
so
I shoot
quick.
him one time, and he is no longer a threat to me at that point because he ran off after I fired that shot.
Did you realize you hit him?
Look at
I didn't know until later.
that shit.
I've never seen that story like that. I've never seen that video
fast.
whole like that. I've never seen that whole video like that. That's wild, bro. That's stressful.
What, do you think he was going to shoot you?
I did.
Here, let's watch this in slow motion because I haven't watched this. Hold up, I have to. I want to see. I want to see specifically just what happened here because I'd never seen this whole video like this.
He had it pointed directly at my head, and that's when I
just
shoot
one
him
after another, one after
time,
another,
and
one after another, just trying, grabbing, pulling guns, all having. Oh my God,
no
bro!
longer a
And then he goes
threat to
forward
me
again.
At that point
Yep.
Because he ran off after I fired that shot.
And then everybody leaves
And if he
him
was really
alone.
trying to kill him, wouldn't he have shot him in his back?
Exactly.
As dude was running, wouldn't he have shot him
Exactly.
again if he was really trying to kill him? If he was just being a psycho and just wanted to kill everybody, wouldn't he have shot this dude in his back? As soon as dude went, boom, he would have been like, boom, boom. He could have emptied on him. He could have just kept on shooting. He could have did so many. He could have did a lot of things. But this dude left with his life because he backed up after he shot him.
Exactly.
He was no longer a threat, so it was no reason to shoot him.
He's lucky.
So obviously, he's
only-
not a psycho who just shot everybody.
For real, yo. This dude's lucky he only got shot in his
Legit.
motherfucking arm.
Legit. That like this dude's life is on the line. He's fighting for survival and still being humane.
That's like
It's crazy to me. Crazy to me, man. That they're trying to they're like that's how you ruin good people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like how can bro? It's just wild, man. Wild. That's why people become jaded. That's why people fucking just have no hope and shit because you defend yourself. You try to be a good citizen, defend yourself, fucking end up almost being killed, having to kill other people, and then having the entire world calling you a racist killer.
sucks.
Crazy.
Bullshit.
Crazy.
Did you realize you hit him?
I didn't know until later.
So then what happens?
There is a person directly in front of me, and I point my rifle in their direction, and he puts his hands up, and he's backing up.
So you don't shoot him
And
because you're not a psycho.
I then turn around, start going to the police, and then I hear shots behind me, and I turn around and briefly raise my rifle to see if I'm being shot at. And then I realize I can't see who's shooting at me, so then I turn around and go back to the police car, towards the police line.
It's just, hearing this, it's just hard to believe this is happening in an American
For
city.
real.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
So then you finally get up, you hear shots, you turn to see who's shooting at you, and then you finally make it to the police line.
Yes. Once I make it to the police cruiser, the police officer says, get
Look at 'em.
back.
Flagging down cops, bro.
One of them has a gun out and the other has pepper spray pointed at me. And I say, hey, I just had to shoot somebody. and then they say go home, and I didn't know this until
Go home?
yeah. The officer said to go home. I don't think he knew what happened or heard me.
I don't think he
There was
listened
a
to
lot
you,
of
yeah.
chaos
He didn't give a
going
fuck
on.
what
he
you were
wasn't
saying.
listening to you.
But apparently he pepper sprayed me. You can see it in the video, but I don't remember being pepper sprayed by him.
So then what happened?
I say,
Adrenaline.
okay, I go back
Yeah.
to the car source lot number 2. We've been referring to them. Car source 1 is the one that got burnt down. Car source 2 is the one that I was at primarily the entire night. And car source 3 is the one where I was attacked by Mr. Rosenbaum. I go back to car source lot number 2 and I tell everybody there what happened. I said I had to do it. I was just attacked. I was dizzy. I was vomiting. I couldn't breathe. And I was like, we couldn't. I wanted to turn myself in Kenosha. I wanted to turn myself into the police in Kenosha, but I wasn't able to because
You didn't
they
want to be
weren't
a fucking
accepting visitors,
fugitive.
Apparently, with the barricades.
You didn't want to be
and
a
the
fugitive.
fence up, so we ended up turning myself into the Antioch Police Department.
So you drove back across state lines, as we're now calling it. So you couldn't even turn yourself in.
Oh, let him talk. Tucker. I want to hear what he was about to say.
I had to go to Antioch Police Department, which, to my understanding, is the closest police department to Kenosha.
Why do you think people were
He's such a
burning car
sweetheart.
source? What does that have to do with civil rights?
I don't know. I think it was opportunists taking advantage of the BLM
Absolutely.
movement. I agree with
I think that's what was happening the whole
movement. I
time.
agree everybody has the
There,
right
he
to
said it.
protest and assemble, but I do not agree
You heard
that
it?
people have the right to burn down
No.
the BLM movement. I don't know. I think it was opportunists taking advantage of the BLM movement. I agree with
I don't think he's
the
wrong.
BLM movement. I agree everybody has the right to protest and assemble, but I do not agree that people have the right to burn down. I don't appreciate that people are burning down American cities.
See, this is the thing. See, if he agrees with BLM, then he agrees with BLM,
Legit.
whatever. But I don't.
Me either.
You know, it's
It is
if
what
he
it
wants to,
is.
he wants to. But
He still has his rights.
the charter is enough for me. It's not even just what they do when every time a black person gets shot, but also like they're trying to break up a nuclear family. They're trying to break up the nuclear family. There's so many things that they're trying to do. The charter is enough for me to not support BLM.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. Like, wholesome of him to support these people who've been demonizing you for the past year and calling you a white supremacist. But I do think that he's probably right when he says it's opportunists hijacking the BLM movement. I absolutely think that's what's happening all over with all of these things.
Yeah.
Every single thing that's happening with the transgender, with
Yep.
everything that is cancel culture, fucking BLM riots and shit. Like all of these things, the way they're weaponizing even women's even like feminism. It's all being weaponized by people, by opportunists, so they can claim that they're a part of these people, so then they can get the power of that group, and then invoke their own or impose their own agenda. So now I support Black Lives Matter, so now I can basically manipulate them to do my bidding. And whenever we do this type of thing, now I'm a part of you guys. We're gonna protest. Nah, fuck that. We're about to get crazy now, and then I'm forcing it because I'm getting crazy now. Everyone has to. Now it's BLM getting crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even just the way, like I've also heard with the transgender move, the transgender people saying transphobic and all that shit. I've heard transgender people say that they don't agree with anything that is happening, like the people trying to cancel Dave Chappelle and all this shit that's happening, the way they're weaponizing their sexuality and trying to call everyone like all that.
Yeah.
I've heard that there's people that don't agree with that are a part of the damn groups.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? They're part of the marginalized groups.
Yeah.
And it's just, I do think it's opportunists that are hijacking these groups, but I still don't
everywhere.
agree with BLM regardless.
No, and I don't know if he even does, you know?
Yeah,
Who knows?
it could just be he doesn't even know what he could just be he's not against them, you know?
Yeah.
That could just be it. I'm not for or against him. He just said he agrees with it, but maybe he doesn't mean agrees with it. Maybe he's just fine with it. People have movements. If that's what they want to do, they can do it, but I don't support it. You know?
Exactly.
That's just how I feel about it, and I think he understands that too because he's an American. So I don't think he agrees with it. I think he agrees with freedom, the freedom to have a movement.
Yep.
You know.
to try to spread their
But also, I'm not going to put words in his mouth. So maybe he does support BLM. I'm not going to say he doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't.
message. I think there's other ways of burning down American cities to try to spread their message. I think there's other ways to go around and do that.
Well, I agree with that completely. So you turn yourself into Indianapolis. What do you think is going to happen at that point to you?
I didn't know. I was in shock. My head was spinning from being hit in the head multiple times. I had some minor injuries. I just didn't know. I didn't know I was going to be arrested for defending myself because everything was on video. But part of the reason I think I was arrested is because of the mob mentality. And they were like, yeah, we're just going to arrest him, even though there was videos already out showing me being attacked and having to defend myself.
So when was it that you were arrested?
I was arrested on August 25th.
I feel like that was
at
political.
around 6 a.m.
I feel like they arrested him to be political. It was like, okay, we could either we have to arrest him to avoid more riots and drama and like to make it. We don't want to make the situation worse, so we're gonna arrest him and then he can settle it in trial. Like I really feel like they put him on. They threw this kid under the bus.
Yeah,
they literally threw this kid under the bus for political reasons.
Makes sense. Absolutely makes sense.
I really think that's what happened.
Arrested without a criminal complaint being drafted. They didn't know what they were charging me with yet. They just arrested me.
Yep, that's how you know it.
At Antioch Police Department.
Didn't even know what they were doing. They were just like, yep, we gotta arrest him.
I didn't call my mom after I saw her, and she was in shock. She was like, she wanted to go into hiding, and I said, no, the right thing to do would be to turn myself in. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yep.
So you knew that from the very beginning.
Yeah. I knew that. A lot of people are like, oh, Kyle had time to meet with his attorneys to come up with this amazing defense of self-defense. No, that's not the case.
It's what happened.
It's been 100% self-defense from the beginning.
Yeah, it's what happened.
And I didn't know there was 100 cameras. I knew but I did know I was attacked, and I defended myself.
Absolutely.
Luckily, there was cameras because they would have railroaded you had there not been cameras. The cameras worked in your favor, even though they're trying to make it work in your against you.
Yeah.
They try to make it work against you, but it actually helped you because that if it wasn't for that, they could have just claimed anything.
Yeah.
They could have just said you were down there acting crazy.
For real.
But clearly you got knocked out. You're on the ground. All this, that story, no one would have remembered that story as well as that camera did, bro. Guaranteed.
Thank God.
And you telling that story would have just been them being like, oh, victim. And maybe I would have been one of those people who was like, I don't believe this kid.
You never know.
It could have been anything because that video is what really sold me.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that he was being attacked. That is self-defense. You know what I'm saying? And then hearing the rest of the story, like on top of that, his story seems like the more logical, believable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But also I was gonna say, damn, I forget. Damn, I forget.
I didn't know there was 100 cameras. But I did know I was attacked, and I defended myself.
What do you think would have happened to you if there hadn't been the amount of video that there is?
I can't even imagine. I don't think we'd be sitting here right now having this.
Exactly what I just said.
Tucker.
I guess I didn't need to say that. I should just let it play.
Get out.
Hold on, I want to go back and see what I thought I had something else to say.
But I did know I was. A lot of people are like, oh, Kyle had time to meet with his attorneys to come up with this amazing defense of self-defense. No, that's not the case. This has been 100% self-defense from the beginning. And my bad. Oh yeah. So the thing is that he knew from the beginning that legally what happened was self-defense. In America, it's self-defense. But what they tried to do, like everyone said, the Second Amendment was on fucking trial here. What they tried to do was set a precedent that politically they can just make you a political prisoner. Like that's what they're trying to set the precedent of. Okay, we don't like what you did, even though you had the right, even though technically you didn't break any law, we don't like it. So now you're gonna go to prison. That's what they were trying to do.
Yep.
That's it. If the media says you belong in prison, then it's prison time.
You know what else?
That's what they were trying to do.
You know what else they did that with? January 6th.
Yes.
There's still
okay. Stop with that. You're doing too much there. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
People are. Shit will get you thrown off of YouTube. Don't even bring that.
Okay.
up.
We'll take that.
I can't. But just leave that where that is.
All right.
You can't do
but
that.
that is.
I can't even imagine.
No matter how you feel about it, you can't bring that up. You can't even bring that up because you might say something wrong just trying to be logical about that situation. You can't you can't even be logical about that situation.
That's
legit.
stupid.
You're not even allowed to be logical about that situation.
That's
which sucks, but
it does
I need
suck,
the platform.
But
Sorry
absolutely.
to tell you guys.
No, yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'd be sitting here right now having this talk, Tucker.
Sure wouldn't.
That's for sure. You'd never get out.
Facts.
You said you'd never get out?
Yeah.
Rittenhouse knows perfectly well the only
Look at
reason
him.
he's free is because
He's pissed this whole time. This whole time he's been pissed.
But it didn't prevent him from going to jail anyway. He did for a longer period than most people understand.
Yeah.
During that time, he picked up a couple of attorneys who said they would help him. In his view, they badly abused him and his family and their trust.
The first
Who are the
ones.
attorneys?
I'll tell you a
Oh,
lot
I don't even
about
know who
that
they
in
are.
just a minute, and about the prosecutors.
I want to
Also,
smoke with
programming
him.
note: we had cameras behind the scenes.
Okay, yeah, nah, we get with that. I want to know who
yeah,
who the first
my dad
lawyers were.
was-
I didn't know about that.
Dad was talking to me about him the other day. He said that I don't know if they took money from him or something, but
Oh shit, my bad.
or they played him somehow. I think he had a couple in the beginning before the two guys that he had.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
I did not know about that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. It's a high profile case. People are gonna try to take advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But damn, luckily this kid beat the system. Not beat the system, but beat the cancel culture, basically. I don't even want to call it cancel culture because this is an agenda that is being pushed
Yes.
with millions and maybe even billions of dollars being pushed because advertising takes billions of dollars. So billions of dollars to push this agenda, and he was what do they call it? Collateral damage.
Yeah.
In this
I was gonna say
in this
pawn.
agenda that they're trying to push upon as well. Upon as well.
Yeah.
He definitely was thrown under the bus here, and all he did was defend himself and not want to die.
That's it. And he was thankfully allowed to to do that.
Yes, and he handled it perfectly. That is the craziest thing about this. Like, you could say it's luck, but I think that his composure is because he's just a good kid, man. He wasn't trying to murder people. He wasn't just trying to kill people. He was
Yeah.
really trying to defend himself. Think about what actually happened. The kid tried to turn himself in. The kid didn't shoot when he could have shot multiple times. He could have just lit everything up. Like, this kid handled the situation because he was just trying to defend himself. He wasn't
Yes.
trying to cause any more damage than he had to.
Yeah.
And that's clear to me through everything. Even though people did die, but it doesn't. I don't think he was trying to.
No.
He wasn't planning on doing anything to anyone. I don't think, besides helping people. Like he said, the only people that he helped was rioters. My
Yeah,
bad. Go ahead.
I was just saying that's exact proof of what guns are.
Yeah.
Is what just happened. That's the
Yeah.
exact reason why
That's what they're
guns
for.
are guns and what they do.
That's what they're for. People abuse them, but people abuse everything.
Yeah.
People abuse everything. This dude just drove a car into a crowd of people.
Absolutely.
So you're gonna ban cars? You know what I'm saying?
For
Like,
real.
people
He killed more people than him.
Yes, exactly. But of course you're not gonna ban Ford Escapes.
For real.
So,
Fuck that, man.
Yeah, this is just some this is political shit, you know. This is all political, and that's clearly what happened here. But yeah, you got anything else to say?
No, I think I think the interview was good. I just wish that they talked more about how, I don't know if you can on the media on Tucker Carlson, and that's why they just did the.
I want to know what you're gonna say so I can know.
More
You wanna
about the
say it first?
media, more about how it was how they fucked him.
Well, that's what he talked about. That's the thing. You didn't hear it. Like I think Tucker Carlson was gonna do that without him.
Yeah,
Like,
at
he
the
didn't-
end after.
I guess
yeah.
he should. I mean, you're right. He should have gotten his what he had to say about it. You know,
Yeah.
you're right. But
But I get
I
it.
thought that
It's
was a good
more-
interview.
Yeah, he did a very good job.
I think he did too. He just made me even more of a believer.
More- yeah,
I already believed him
I know.
100%,
I
but he just
know.
made me even more of a believer. Like
I
I feel well within my good judgment
Yeah.
by feeling like it was right for him to be not guilty.
Yes, and also if he is in lawsuits and stuff, and in the process of it, he might not be able to talk about how
Yeah, that's true,
unfair it
too.
was and
That's true,
everything.
too.
So I do take that back because
That's
maybe
true,
he
too.
can't talk about it yet.
That is true. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you did, we're just gonna keep dropping content for you guys.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, this is you guys been asking for this, and I actually was excited about this. I was gonna do
Me
it
too.
anyway, regardless of if you guys asked for it. You know, but yeah, this was a good interview. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to always stay flawed. Don't you dare. Oh no, actually no. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you be notified whenever we drop.
Flawd's booty.
Okay, because we do drop
That
a lot.
bootylicious booty.
Dumb. Remember to always stay flawed, Don't you dare try to play Flawd. And if you see me in the streets, then you better say, hey, Flawd.
Easier for me to go to sleep at night,
I had a dream that I could do my thing, and everywhere I went the people knew my name. Some people hated on the truth I bring, but now I use the hating just to fuel my plane. I had a dream that I could do my thing, and everywhere I went the people knew my name. Some people hated on the truth I bring, but now I use the hating just to fuel my plane.